least stay in the start.
Especially when you add the pressure of being eliminated from the RMR onto it. Like you get, if you don't get a hot start, if you get buried in a hole, that can spiral out of control real quick. This is where like emotions, like you've probably been for the first 2 maps, especially the struggles on Overpass for 3D Max when they're up 1 map to nothing, they can kind of remain calm knowing they have another map to play even if they're to lose. You don't get that kind of calm here. This is pressure from start to finish. So smoke flash for Seized. 9pan is going to be starting on the T side. Dooley's out on Maka and Exercise on the CT side for 3D Max. And let's get Ancient underway.
One of these teams heading home at the end of this map of play. Lucky and Hadji through mid early, Jocko in behind him. Dilladez has gone through the B ramp, but the first fight will be found inside of A main, and it's Exercise that comes away with that first kill on I Disbalance. So first fight goes the way of the defense, and it looks like the second might as well here. Seized needs to be careful. He's got the bomb on his back, and Exercise detects him. Bomb is down, and now it is chaos for 9 Pandas. They might fight, but it doesn't really matter if you don't have the bomb to put it down.
In 3D Max, they're playing it smart. They can just back away. They don't need to actually take any of these engagements. Just fall all the way back because 9 Pandas have a long way to go and not a whole lot of time. Maka's going to spring into action. It's just Dilladez so quickly in an unwinnable pistol round.
That's like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That's that your round is immediately just dead upon detecting the bomb.
You could even see Caesar's trying to avoid that fight. He doesn't actually want to take it because he has the bomb, and I think he was just spotted by, was it Exercise who gets that kill? I think just his shoulder was spotted right at the last second to bring him back and shut it down. Maka's on a little bit of an information gathering mission, just trying to figure out where Dilladez is going exactly, not trying to commit to a fight, and now he has the intel.
Yeah, Dilladez chasing out through that B lane. Maka on the other side. They've given him the fight. Still 3 players to take out, and that's not going to happen for him. Hadji delivers death right to his feet. And it's 3D Max with a pistol round off the back of that. And we mentioned getting a good start. Will they stop a bomb plan from happening? Which means they're not going to have to go up against a really solid force buy, if it's a force buy at all.
Looks like 9pan is going to stay on the Glocks. Do pick up a smoke real quick for glowing. And that'll really be the only tool they have to play with. So yeah, pretty much ensured that this is going to be a 2-0. Fast window smoke, fast mid smoke for Red Room. And 9pan is all going to head towards what looks like the A bomb site at the moment. Chance for Exercise to build up some bank with the MP9.
Would be nice for Exercise to build some money up. Lucky's with him, so if any of these kills do come through, it will be majority on the SMGs. And in fact, the Glocks are avoiding A. They're going back elsewhere, so this round's going to be prolonged. They can take their time to settle into things, try and dodge the SMGs. They don't know they're going to be going into a rifle, but it's definitely the better player to run into if you are to give up a lot of these kills. You want the rifle to minimize the amount of money that is put into the bank accounts of the defensive players, and it's all kills on rifles so far. Dilladez manages one, and the dual Berettas will topple him right at the end. So 2-0 start here for 3D Max.
Yeah, most positive thing about that run is they avoid the SMGs. That's about it. 2-0. AKs come out. Utility comes out for 9 Pandas as well. And see what the gun rounds are going to look like. Still a pair of MP9s on the field of play for 3D Max's defense. Not going to upgrade those quite yet, but a bonus round available for the defense. Some free upgrades to AKs would be spectacular if they could pull it off. Is Maka staying on dualies?
Yeah. Maka is staying on the dualies. Yep, that's what's happening. Not exactly known to be very good against rifles and Kevlar.
I mean, I guess it just goes to show you he wants that op out, so he's saving as much money as humanly possible, but it could come back to haunt them here. Good deep nade towards the double doors. Oh, Joko falling back. He's got no utility. He's got no smoke or Molotov to block this off. It comes out a little bit late. Flashbang is out. Oh, well done. Swings with the MP9. Allows Hadji to trade for him, and I Disbalance can't handle the heat. Bomb is dropped way, way far back. So even though the A bomb site is overrun, it's only overrun because the defense shifted off.
Yeah, it's a similar story to the pistol round, right? You get map control that you want, you get some space towards one side of the map, but the bomb is dropped on the polar opposite side. So you're now in a position where you've got to make up a lot of ground, and it doesn't look like 9 Pandas will be able to do that. So 3-0 start for 3D Max. And Maka, yeah, he kept the dual Berettas, but now he's got an AK-47. And we talked about getting a good start for 3D Max. It was so important to get that after being dominated on Overpass. And now you've got 3 rounds in a row.
So one of the only things going for 9 Pandas, this round could still get interesting. So hold the phone on calling it quite yet, because they don't know that the bomb was dropped this whole time, right? They don't actually realize quite yet. And no one is moving out of this B bomb site. You have clax cutting off rotations from CT spawn. He's going to check Donut and make sure it's clear for his teammate to move in. But it's actually quite interesting. If a couple players get caught on the rotation, they shift over to the A bomb site, 3D Max can be in trouble. So a little bit of a tricky retake.
Yeah, this is actually quite difficult now, and somehow 9 Pandas have picked up that bomb and found their way onto the bomb site. So final pieces of utility being used up. 3D Max sure have the player advantages. But will they be able to win the fights when they come their way? Lucky has them coming towards him. He can call that over his teammates, that there's a fight to be had here, but the fight goes the way of 9 Pandas in the post plant. Retake is being set up. There's no utility to make this easy for them, and now the numbers are back. Exercise has to win the fight through Temple, and does. Defuse needs to be stuck soon. They need to get on it. Kit alive on Exercise. And where is that defuse happening? Around the corner, clax has got the headshot. Exercise is on the stick. He comes off it, killed through the smoke, but is there enough time?
No way.
Oh, no way. He came off the defuse. He came off it, but he's gonna stick it all the way through. Under a second left, it is absolute chaos, but 3D Max will still get that 3-0 start.
That's actually so incredibly close. What an effort from 9 Pandas in the 2v4. But you could see they had that situation was primed for them to turn the corner. Good shooting from Glowing, from clax doing the best they can. And just holds it right at the end. But look, that's actually massive in the sense that 3D Max economy was about to get a massive boost. That was about to skyrocket. One player didn't invest anything, got an AK-47, MP9's upgraded to AK-47s, and all of that ripped away. So at least you have that. It's not low, but there's something positive there. 9 Pandas almost make it work.
I still can't quite believe what we were watching in that round, but regardless, 3D Max do start strong, and Galil's out for 9 Pandas across the majority of players. It is just Glowing who has the AK-47. Resetting. Knew there were going to be scrappy rounds throughout this final map. We've got one early. Fights about to ensue. Glowing is touching a side of elbow. Ooh, it's a little awkward. Oh, it's very awkward, but Glowing still gets away with one, but he doesn't know the second player's inside of the smoke.
Yeah, but you got to manage the smoke fading in 2 different choke points. You're stuck in this corner for the moment if you're Exercise. This is going to be so tough. Coming through, and that's easy for clax.
Yeah, he stays composed there, clax. Realizes there's a possibility that a player is still inside of that elbow smoke. Maka goes out mid to try and fight back, and it's important that he gets that 1 kill. 3D Max would have been down too many players. But this is within touching distance, especially with that kill from Haji seized once again, giving up his life without trade potential. And 9 Pandas make their final pounce on this B bomb site, and 3D Max have the read.
I don't think Pandas pounce, excuse me, but we'll find out. Good flashbang.
They absolutely roll. Up the ramp they go, bomb plant coming in. clax is going to plant it on default spot. And 3D Max have utility for the retake here.
They just dropped a smoke at the top of B ramp, and no one's playing there, so that's not going to isolate anyone.
Yeah, tough fights coming in, especially for this all close quarters combat. iDisbalance is the first player to be on the opposite side of that smoke, and as soon as he takes contact, clax can peek out. It's iDisbalance though on the double, and that'll be the round. Maka, M4 picked up, he'll go back. Has a little look. iDisbalance is still around, and that is a kill to come through. Now Maka triggers his last move forward onto default. Well played from clax, not to reveal his position. Just stay composed, dance around that bomb side pillar, and 9 Pandas get their first T round.
That's a huge benefit of iDisbalance double kill on that retake, is the fact that clax never had to give away where he was playing from. They still thought he was going to be over at ramp. A desperate situation in that 1v1 when you're just picking up random guns on the ground. Hard to stay composed. And 9 Pandas get around on the board, and now the money issues. Now that 2v4 previously comes into play that 9 Pandas lost, but dealing all the economic damage has set themselves up nicely in this round number 5. Shotgun out on Exercise, off in the hands of Maka still. 2 MP9s, it's not a pretty buy.
No, it is not. Haji gets forced back into cave. Fight going down at A main. Ooh, I thought Exercise was about to have a good chance to open up the round there, but ends up getting caught out of position. Now the push in the cave comes in. Hatchie goes forward with Jocko. Because there was 2 players, it confirms the trade. And Jocko does not want to go back into that Galil, so he'll stay inside of cave. And for the meantime, 9 Pandas will hold the player advantage.
The loss of Exercise, though, in a round like the push like that, a very easy to read push considering 9 Pandas know the economy is going to be a bit bruised. You're kind of on guard for those kinds of surprising plays. It's left Lucky pretty much all alone at Donut. He's going to be mollied out of his position. Oh, he somehow makes it away. Good jump on that.
Yeah, he gets away, but does that really matter?
Now, there's 2 players now at the A bomb site now that he's retreated, so he's got some support. Maka's here as well.
Yeah, Maka gets over on that rotation. So this is the best chance for 3D Max to win the round. First player is down, 5-7 of Lucky gets nothing. And Maka is all now detected at default. He can't stick around on the same spot and get a multi-kill from it. So he's paranoid about a flank. He goes to check right, he goes to check middle, and he realizes he's got to save. So running back with the AWP in hand, it is going to be another round for 9 Pandas. Starting to settle into the T side. Maka here's the step up onto ledge. Glowing is around the corner. So Maka might not be able to get away with his AWP. Losing the sniper in this kind of position at this point would be devastating for the early campaign of 3D Max. He's holding for it. Nothing round in the corner yet. Now he's got enough info.
Yeah, spotted a little pixel there.
This fisheye lens is quite trippy, Jason.
Is it messing with your brain?
Yep.
Oh, they're coming with... Okay, they're not actually going to go for it. Give it a spam. Give it one shot. Come on.
Nope.
Nope.
He wants that up, and he'll keep it. So, again, it goes back to the storyline we brought up earlier on in the competition and at the start of this best of 3. This 3D Max side are really good at getting a good start on a map, and then it starts to fall away very quickly.
I'll see if they can recover this one. It's not out of hand just yet.
We're facing a day of elimination, especially in this matchup, of course. Seized is a player, we mentioned his history and the likes of Navi, his biggest point of his career. But the last time Seized played at a major was at Boston in 2018.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
He wants to keep that dream alive. Well,
one of the greatest majors of all time, some people say.
The Miracle in Boston, some talk about.
Miracle in Massachusetts. Got to get that alliteration in there.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying what people
call it. You say it right, Dinko. That's Cloud9's major win.
I'm just saying what people call it, Jason. I'm not necessarily saying I agree with it. Miracle, Massachusetts certainly sounds the best. North America, not quite in the same position these days.
No, but you know, we entered that major and we're in a pretty crappy spot too. In fact, Cloud9 wasn't even really supposed to make the playoffs.
So M80 are going to do it this time,
yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's the lesson to be learned.
See, if Liquid do well at the major, can you really even count that for North America?
We'll take it.
Yeah, I suppose you can.
It's in America's core.
Americas, yes. That RMR starts on March 1st in Monterrey, Mexico. They'll be enjoying a bit of sunshine. A little Monterrey Jack cheese.
Tequila.
Tequila after they qualify, of course, or to drown their sorrows if they don't make it.
Yeah, one or the other.
How was Monterrey last time, Jason? You were out there for an RMR, right?
It was nice. It was cool. It's like a little college town.
That's pretty cool.
There was a little walking promenade with a bunch of bars and restaurants and shops.
Well, that's what the Americas can look forward to then. Then the Asian RMR is held in Shanghai, and we've got to see plenty of tournaments there recently. And the second major of the year will be in Shanghai as well. Currently in Bucharest, though, it's all tied up between 9 Pandas and 3D Max, 3-3.
They're just giving C's some extra cash. No reason to take that fight. It's not like you're too excited to pick up the Mac 10 on the CT side, so C's makes an extra 1,200 bucks. That's nice.
Very nice.
3-3. Guns are back out for 3D Max.
Let's see if they're going to be the kings in the castle today. Charging out on the T side once again are the 9 Pandas. Default with one player in the form of clax towards A main, just trying to stop pressure there. Glowing's got elbow. And the B-Take is pretty solid here with utility for 3D Max. It's kept these 9 Pandas players behind the double doors. That smoke will ensure that. Illides eating shrapnel from the grenade, but he decides he doesn't want to sit back behind those smokes. He goes back into the B lane, he challenges, he takes a risk, and he's got some space because of it, but the fight is still coming. Through the cave, they push forward. It's Lucky 1-for-1.
Yeah, they really want this fight. They got to be careful too, because utility in mid is faded. So Lucky's kind of in a dangerous position, and he backs away at the perfect moment as soon as the pressure starts coming.
They don't stop coming. Seized up towards the bottom of the B ramp. He's got the bomb closest to him with highest balance, and they've got under a minute left, so they've still got plenty of time to work this, and 3D Max don't feel so comfortable, so they're pushing through A main. They're gaining some ground, and this flank could be very quick. The issue is, they're not playing the B-bomb side at all here.
Well, you put a lot of emphasis on this flank now at this point because, yeah, you have to back off of the B-bomb site so that you can cover mid as well. So it leaves a lot of the map open when you execute this flank with 2 people. And really, at this point, you haven't quite gained a whole lot yet. Like, yeah, you have information that mid is clear. But, I mean, 9Pandas always know that you could get up to this ledge. Good kill from Exercise. Oh, it even doubles up, and now you get Lucky added into it. And they make it work really, really well. Just when 9Pandas take their eyes off it, 20 seconds left, they had to try and start executing into the B-bomb site, and they just get pounced upon. Round's done.
Yeah, the highest balance has to just save onto the AWP, and it felt like 9Pandas are just chilling a little bit too much. Just sitting down idly by, and they get pushed, they get overrun. 3 Max have the whole map to play with and crunch them. So now look at the money, it's still very good for 9Pandas, so they'll be able to buy again.
I mean, it's easy to say with our point of view, but that's also an area where you're kind of like, okay, 9Pandas, like, you've been sitting here for like 30 seconds. You know, like, you're giving plenty of time for that flank to be that impactful. Fast red room smoke.
Cave smoke up too. 9Pandas have the instant smokes deployed. Now Molly out Cubby. It's an exchange of utility coming across both sides of the map, but Illides and glowing straight through middle. Maka and Lucky stood no chance in dealing with that early pressure, and it doesn't stop. It goes through Donut, and a hole punched through Exercise. As he tries to get over towards CT, he does make it there in time, but it's only a single kill, and that's not going to be enough to keep 3D Max competitive in this one. A change of pace from 9Pandas, and it is difficult to deal with.
Yeah, no one from 3D Max got through that smoke fast enough, and when they eventually pulled the trigger of trying to move in and have control of middle, 9Pandas is already out ready and waiting for him. Easy fights to take in mid. We're going to be all tied up at 4. And money's going to start being an issue again for 3D Max, especially if they lose this last rifle. Clax is on the hunt, headed towards T-spawn.
And we've seen a lot of this on Overpass, when 9Pandas finally had the ability to go and crunch them. There would be a lot of these quick rounds, quick finishes, because the T side would get some instant kills, and 3D Max weren't able to keep up with the trading. We know 9Pandas can rack up a lot of rounds on the attack. Oh, and it's important that Joko saved that AK.
Very easy round. Yeah, they blow open the smoke to go for a fight, but there's 3 members of 9Pandas waiting with AKs primed and ready.
You know what's crazy about that last major the Seized play?
What's that?
The teammates that he had on his team.
Okay, run me through the list.
Blade.
Yeah.
World Edit.
Sure.
Markelov.
Okay.
Waylander. These are the last teammates that Seized played a major with, and it's going to be damn frustrating to have a round start like this, because they've just gone up against pistols, and they've been battered and bruised. Clax and Chloe are out of there already, and Seized, that very man we're talking about, has to try and pull this one back. He takes out Maka. He'll start his fight towards CT. Nate goes down towards CT spawn. Lucky with a headshot. Rips right through Illides. And this is still doable now for 3D Max. This would be a miracle. This would be fantastic for them to be able to pull this round off. And Seized, he tries to rip it out of their hands, and he will. He will do exactly that. Exercise and Lucky gone. Hadji with the 5-7, a 1v2 in front of him, but there's so much time for 9Pandas to stay composed.
He's going to go for a little bit of a peek.
He wants a better gun if possible, and he now has a chance to get exactly that. Seized is taken out. He then gets back into the temple. He sustained a lot of damage, but now 1v1 up against iDisbalance.
And you should know where iDisbalance is. Being not shy about making any kind of a noise whatsoever, trying to lure him out with a fake plant. Haji's not moving, and he realizes he has to hit the perfect timing. 12 HP, perfect timing, and perfect shot. Ideally, catch iDisbalance trying to stick the bomb plant.
iDisbalance goes for the tap, but no follow-up peek from Haji. Now iDisbalance is going for the commitment of the bomb plan. You have to say, once that bomb is down and he's got space to play with, this does start to heavily favor iDisbalance, especially because of the low HP from Haji.
Well, this should be impossible now to win this round for Haji. Now that this is a great position for iDisbalance over an A main, you're safe from most angles, because the way that Haji's played this, iDisbalance could start thinking maybe he's wrapping around through Donut, maybe he's wrapping around through A main. That would be a little bit crazy, but now he's got the footsteps, and now he knows Haji has to overdo it just to be able to get weapons, and he's going to bail out. So, 5th round for 9 Pandas after a tense situation up against just Pistols. They're able to outlast and come back thanks to a couple critical kills from Seized inside the bomb site and nurse this narrow lead.
Tense is definitely the word. You can use that. That was very worrying indeed. If Seized wasn't able to pull those kills back inside the A bomb site, who knows how that would have went down. So let's see how it all unraveled at the start. So just pushing smokes through red, creating a bit of chaos in mid, and capitalizing opportunities.
Yeah, Lucky's hit some bangers in this series so far. He's had some sharp moments. Free op is passed over to Maka. He's got 3,100 in the bank, so even in a loss, he'll be able to get an op out in the next round as well.
9 Pandas taking control of A main. They've done that, and they've got 2 players committed to it. Smoke's gonna go down for exercise. He'll play behind it.
Mid smoke going out just now. 9 Pandas starting to make their first move, but this lean towards the A bomb site, they seem pretty convinced and committed to a hit here eventually in the late round. 2 players waiting outside mid with utility. It's just being chucked out now. 3D Max has complete control of B lane as well, so they know what's coming. They know that the lean is towards the A site. A 3rd player has shifted over. It's going to be a very strong defense.
Exercise. He's given away his early position with those shots, a little preemptive, but they don't detect him because of the silencer, and it's only 1. We've certainly liked a 2nd kill out of that at a minimum. And now Maka stuck at the default boxes. They get closer towards him.
Look at the thrust through middle. The 9 Pandas have changed this up. Instead of splitting through Donut because it was smoked off, they've gone and taken Red Room. And all 4 players from 3D Max are at the A bomb site, and there's no fallback for the bomb now.
Yeah, there's no fallback at all. They have to go steamroll into this A bomb site, and that is going to be so difficult considering 3 players in there already. So they set up enough distraction for Jocko to come around the back, and now just Seized. 1v4 total. He's taking that first. 2nd shot is good out towards Tallbox, but couldn't quite compose himself, or get back in time rather, to that kill. Unlucky. So tied up 5-5. We knew this game would be close. We knew this 3rd map would be right down to the edge.
Yeah, that round was way too telegraphed, especially considering how long they sat outside of mid, and just sat in A main. Meanwhile, the B lane is being taken control of by the CT side, and with that much information, it's so hard to lose. You're just kind of executing and hoping for the best, but good utility usage by 3D Max just neutralizes any kind of chaos 9 Pandas wanted to put into that defense. Players love those rounds that are just like quiet, nothing, no pressure being applied into an execute. That's a relatively simple round to defend against.
Very standard. See it one more time. So that's the initial boot being detected by Exercise and the flank from Jocko. You love those. When you come around the back, you see a couple of players looking the wrong way, and you just sink your kills. Be happy about this now. 3D Max 5-5. 5 CT rounds is good. They have a great chance to move forward to 6. And if they win this one, 7-5 is very likely for the French. Jocko jiggling towards the top of the ramp, needs to be careful, needs to get his gun out quickly, stops that play up the ramp. We're burning the fire, but the smoke has gone down, and that will hold back 9 Pandas. They can't follow up. They can't go into the B play just yet, and they've got to reset.
Yeah, good second kill from Haji, swinging out on contact to make sure they can't just swarm his teammate. Good advantage for 3D Max. And quiet on the map again. Defense completely shifts away from the B bomb site. They think they've put enough of a stop to it to not have to worry about it for the moment. Maka with the op is still going to stick around and just play it passively at an angle. And it looks like 9 Pandas, without a whole lot of utility, don't want to move around the map. This will just be an execute on the B bomb site. 2 coming out cave. Seized has a little bit of utility, smoke flash to chuck out. But Maka's op can pick one off as they cross in.
Smoke for short. Mac is blinded. Goes to the shot. Through the smoke, it will not connect. It's an unlikely shot, and the wallbang is not much better. So a bomb is down for 9 Pandas. They gotta play the retake though, or against the retake, and Lucky's coming through with Haji right beside him. Should at least confirm that trade on Seized, which it will. And Glowing now getting a bit more aggressive up towards Long. He knows that the AWP was detected just around the corner. Exercise is staying committed to this. I can't believe that he's done that so quickly. Acrobatic maneuver. Jumps into the fight, wins it, and able to transfer it back to the bomb site. Is 3D Max up to 6 rounds off the back of that. The bomb plant might just get enough money for a good buy here for 9 Pandas right at the last round of this first half, but 3D Max pulling ahead.
Yeah, that jump is, it's a unique way to do it, but it works out. It looks a little bit crazy, but he lands and nails things. Well done from 3D Max, though. I mean, even in those situations, backing off the B bomb site, trusting in your retake, 2 players wrapping around. Beautiful trade kill onto Seized, and then obviously there's so limited places that 9 Pandas can play in the post plant. Good victory, 1 round lead for 3D Max. 9 Pandas gonna fight back with a couple of Tech 9s, 3 Galils.
Yeah, not the prettiest buy for 9 Pandas, but it can be effective with some speed behind it. And that's exactly what Diladez is using to his advantage. He's out mid. Seized is already outside of Jaguar, but not getting involved in any fights, no spam battles through the smokes, and a dry peek into the AWP is going to result in an early kill for 3D Max.
Oh, I like this. I like this from Joko, taking advantage.
Oh my god, he turns around.
He took his time trying to line that shot up, and the spin from Idis Balance. There goes Haji. It's falling apart, but Maka's still here.
Make sure that he pulls that kill back. Second, while blinded, Idis Balance walks right into the scope. And clax now clambering his way up the ramp. A lot of time in this round. There was speed behind the 9 Pandas play, but sometimes the quickest way to win a round results in the quickest way to lose.
I think
clax is going to run away.
I think they sensed the weakness from the previous round where the Tech 9 actually had an advantage in that initial fight, and this time 3D Max just has the AWP posted, and I think that was a huge surprise for 9 Pandas.
So what they thought was the opening really was the closer. And clax is now up on the ledge. He's got 40 seconds. He must attempt this due to it being the last round of the first half, but if he rounds the corner, Lucky has the deep angle. Lucky's now detected him. clax is on 18 HP. Lucky finishes it off, and it's 3D Max that will leave the first half with a 2-round lead. Yeah,
7-5. We mentioned Haji had a very chill, very quiet, ineffective overpass. He's top fragging now for 3D Max here on the deciding map, so good on him for rebounding from a map where he felt like he probably didn't have a whole lot of impact in. 3D Max going to switch over to the T side, and let's see what they got. 12 kills for Seized, the most experienced player on 9 Panda. Putting in some work on this map, some critical rounds, some big impacts. But his team's down by 2. It would be his first major in 6 years.
Quick maps. Still a long way to go even getting through this game. Make it through, but at least survives elimination. And the pistol round begins in the second half. Currently, some utility on the hands of Jocko and Maka, the rest with Kevlar. See what 3D Max have planned. It looks like a heavy B play. 9 Pandas, a kit on Cease. Keep note of that. Utility on a couple. Dual Berettas for Idis Balance and a quick play through Cave for 3D Max. They've got players in Jaguar already, and Seized is just forced into that fight because of the Molotov. So that's a great play for 3D Max. Unfortunate for Seized.
Bombs dropped at B ramp though, so they've got to go get it. They're going to hunt down this push from behind. Oh, Glowing, you're in trouble. That's a good shot though. Maka might have sprung a little bit too early, and now everyone can address the ramp push, including the dualies from Balance. Lucky,
No
1v1. Let's go, baby.
What the hell is happening inside of this pistol? Lucky sprinting back mid, has the bomb on his back. And he'll try and get in towards the A side in time, and he's going to have all the time in the world to put that bomb down and find a good post-plant position. Clax has got the kit though.
Yeah, he does, but he just shifted in a little bit late to cave to try and hear footsteps in middle, and obviously he was way too late to the jump, so advantage towards Lucky, it feels, even with low HP. Is he going to wrap all the way around? That would be mental.
So Lucky just waiting.
He's going to stick the plant. Lucky's so far away.
Yeah, he really isn't. You've got a kit. He might not predict that. Clax is just sticking.
It's over.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. It's the worst way to lose the pistol. You had all the time, all the space. You put the bomb down, and you just go too far away.
It's a heads-up stick as well, considering how much time is left in that bomb timer. He's just like,
all right, cool. I'm just gonna stick it up.
Yeah,
the kit.
I'm just gonna go for it because, like, with that much time in the bomb timer, you probably expect there to be, you know, someone calling the bluff, someone not peeking after that, and just goes for it. And probably also, you imagine with all the fights Lucky had been into, low on HP, and even hits a nice shot at the end of the day, but out-positioned himself.
Fire tickles the feet of Hadji and Joko. They're actually going to smoke it. They're going to go. Oh, and Seized. It's a rude awakening. It's a surprise he's not ready for it. Fortunately, Balance was there to prevent Seized from dying. Seized then catches his breath, comes back, and cleans up this attack forward. 3D Max go in with a buy of their own, and it doesn't burst through the B bomb site.
No, absolutely obliterated, and you're exactly right. Seized was in trouble, but Balance with one kill just to buy him a few extra seconds. And they're just going to get picked apart as they try and find a new position to attack into. Lucky, brought down low, brought down entirely. And even though there's a trade, it doesn't much matter.
No, it doesn't, because Exercise is 17 health, and there's 4 players to find still. He even realizes there's no shot at this, so he'll back away.
They might just let him save as well. It's not like the money is looking anything special for the CT side, so I don't know how much of a hunt they're going to really be committed to. So he might just be able to back off if he wants to and have an AK-47, a hero AK in the next round.
But that means the scoreline is now 7-7. 9 Pandas, with the start that they've had in the second half, have been able to tie things up. And that is really what Counter-Strike is all about. You have a defuse being stuck just around the corner. You go too deep, you make one mistake, and suddenly that lead that you had shrinks instantly. And in fact, it is almost, well, it's very likely, in fact, at this point, that 9 Pandas will take the lead off of the back of that, because there's a force buy here for 3D Max, and it didn't go their way.
Yeah, unless Exercise does something crazy in the next round with this AK-47, yeah, 9 Pandas might just take pole position in this third and deciding map.
And we're going to see what their CT side of Ancient looks like. Counter-terrorists win. So AK-47 is saved. They don't hunt him. They collect a couple of Galils for 9 Pandas. That conversation being had down the line here. Seized. Involved in that. Intense moments here at the RMR when you're facing elimination. Everything you work for, the dream of getting to the RMR in itself is such a difficult path that you must take, right? You've got to go through all those online qualifiers. You've got to go through the closed qualifier to get into the RMR. You win a game here and finally you start to believe you can maybe make it to the major, and then you're facing elimination. Exercise boosting Lucky up. Exercise also getting chunked down, but it's Lucky that it's perished in that early engagement.
A little bit of pressure onto the A-bomb site from 3D Max, but shouldn't force anything crazy. 2 players in donuts still. Balance going to shift towards middle, so he's a little bit closer to being able to help out that A-bomb site, but 3D Max not committed there. And now that all the mid-utility has subsided, they sense their opening.
And that opening is through elbow. They'll creep out with 3 players. Maka at the front. Double setup and donut here for 9 Pandas. Oh, glowing, that's not clean. And there's the hero AK chiming in with the first kill. clax inside of donut now needs to handle pressure, and he absolutely will. FaMash just mows them down. Stays calm and collected, and Hadji on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they were hoping they could get some attention pulled towards A with the trade kill and actually, you know, planting the bomb and allow Hadji to go for a flank. Obviously doesn't pan out in that way. Seized cleans up the final kill, and 9 Pandas take that 8-7 lead, but this coming round is going to be AK's back in the hands of 3D Max. AK's in plenty of utility. I haven't really seen them kind of test their true game plan with full weapons. Second round is just a B rush out of the pistol loss with a plant. That got shut down. So this will really be the first round that we see them actually defend and play some default and standard Counter-Strike, you'd imagine.
Default Counter-Strike. See if that is the case. Mid control taken by the CTs. It's just glowing. In the middle, doing standard utility. Smokers in behind the initial Molotov.
It's like old school ancient these days with all these instant smokes for the B double doors, for the mid window. It's like the T sides just have to kind of sit and wait while CTs take control of everything, and then eventually late round they can start making their move when smokes fade and Molotovs run out.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot slower starts to the T side. There was a period when they made those changes, as you were pointing out, you know, when we moved away from the OG Ancient, the T side was suddenly favored with spawn changes and having quick rounds and being able to burst out through elbow before the C2s could even be ready. But we've seen Ancient change quite a bit over the years.
Smoke replenished at the B double doors, which means 3 players are just kind of locked out of action.
Yeah, this is frustrating. These kind of rounds are really frustrating if you're 3D Max. You just have nothing at the moment. And 9 Pandas have pushed all the way down B lane, so it's not like they're sitting back on the bomb sites.
And because they want to go through B doors with so many bodies as well, they haven't been able to do anything.
Lucky's dead at elbow.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at the time on the clock. There's 30 seconds, and you're just now coming through a smoke that's still there for another 5 seconds.
It feels like you got to save.
This round is stalled out.
You have to go back at this point. There's no time to get out of the doorway. This is a tough round to have to swallow.
This is one of the rounds that makes Ancient sometimes such a frustrating map to do when you have a CT team that's really good at cycling utility and taking control of B lane, and it's such a critical part of the map that you just don't have access to.
And we wonder what 9 Pandas CT side would look like, how strong they would be when it comes to how they cycle utility. Well, we got a great answer in this round. We get an example of how good they can be. They completely stall the opponent out. They don't even have to compete in the round with rifles. Most of the action has happened in the dead time. So 9-7, 9 Pandas in the lead. And remember, it was a 2-round lead going into the second half, and now there hasn't been a single round won by 3D Max.
That's actually a really, I mean, that's obviously a great round from 9 Pandas to just shut them out entirely, but even the kill after the time puts them in such a weird money situation as well. There's one player with a Glock and like 150 or 450 bucks, that's Hadji. He's the one who died after the time went out. Exercise has a weapon, so does Maka, but they have no money to replenish utility. So it's like, what are you supposed to do in this round? That round just like ruined their economy, and it might take a couple to get it really kind of back and synchronized.
Yeah, that's devastating.
And it almost feels like they're kind of forced to invest in this round, even if they don't want to.
Yeah, you can tell just by looking at them. They're very frustrated and confused at this point. You're going to have to do battle with weapons that really don't make you feel very confident about it. Hadji's on a Glock. He hasn't got anything. So he's just trying to recover the money, and eventually will go for flashes and a P250. And that's everything. That's his bank account broken. He's bankrupt. So 3 Max have to play a little better in this round, much better in fact, so they have to challenge. And Jocko getting up that ramp. He's already halfway up it. Flash is coming up. That should allow the kill on Seized. And it certainly will. Second is even better from Jocko. He'll upgrade into the M4, and he ain't stopping. Cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. And that's a complete change up for 3D Max. What a recovery.
That's an incredible round from Jocko, but that's shocking from 9 Pandas. Seized is just standing out in the open as a Molotov fades and just eats 2 flashbangs. Teammate gets blinded as well. And just one player just wrecks the entire defense for no good reason.
It's just a wild game of Counter-Strike at the moment. And this push into towards A mid, they're trying to get rid of some more weapons. There's not a lot of money built up at this point. Kind of ill-advised for 3D Max to lose their weapons to take out players who already have so much cash built up on the other side.
And this is the thing that that makes it so hard at this level sometimes is man, this is teams. 9Pandas has such an advantage in that round, and they have their foot on the throat of 3D Max. And there's been a couple of those moments in the previous two maps as well where teams have advantages, and you just don't have that consistent ability to punish when you're in such a strong position. And so 3D Max is where they were just sitting here and they were okay, the money is in a weird situation. They come in with what, P250, 3 Galils, maybe 5 total nades across all 5 members, and they pull a win out of it. I mean, it's a beautiful play from Joko, but C's out in the open. Diladez gets blinded as well. I mean,
it's just wild, yeah. And that's a great hunt as well. The fact they keep 5 players up, the result couldn't be better for them. There will still be a buy, of course, for 9Pandas. You'll start to see some weaknesses creeping in. And this game, once again, opens up in the second half. If you are just tuning in, this is an elimination game here at the RMR. Clax and glowing. Oh, God. 3D Max, it goes from hero to nothing in the second round. They step up with instant round wins in the previous to come out middle and die. 3 players dead, 2 left alone. And 3D Max are now on a recovery mission, and I think it's a mission impossible.
Yeah, that's a beautiful recovery from clax. Great piece of aggression, turning from a late flashbang from his teammate as well, and just getting around the edge of the smoke. Absolutely beautiful. Maka almost hits the jumping MP9, but there's a player, clax, who's got low HP, but he's such an insurance policy. He's so safe in A main, and there's no way to connect with your upper. Haji's the one who's going to have to clear him out, who's got equally low HP. And this is just a question of, does he hard clear the corner?
Yeah, Maka under scrutiny from multiple sides. No scope misses. 5 up for 9Pandas. That's back-to-back rounds, but other team, 5 players stay alive last round for 3D Max. 5 players stay alive for 9Pandas this one. Yeah, but this is some crazy back-and-forth Counter-Strike.
They're not out of it just yet, because 3D Max, due to the nature of Joko just winning that previous round for just by himself and all 5 players surviving, there's so much money now in 3D Max. That's the other angle where it's 9Pandas missed such a golden opportunity, is the economy was at one point in disarray. It was all over they were forced into a buy they didn't want and somehow won the round. And now
it was their best round. It was literally the best round they had.
And now they've got plenty of cash to keep fighting. So 9Pandas 10-8 lead, but it's not secure just yet.
This is crazy. Timeout taken for 3D Max to talk over some of the options. It can't get stalled out again. The mid fight was kind of like a 50-50 headbutt. Who was going to be knocked out? It was them. And now they go to battle again. As you mentioned, lots of money available, so the buy is not weakened just yet. But if they lose this round, money will start to look very weak indeed. At a minimum, a bomb plant needs to be secured here for 3D Max to stay competitive right towards the end. 9Pandas see double figures first. 3 rounds away from knocking 3D Max out of the competition. Out of the RMRs and killing their major dreams. Diladez tapping through the Jaguar smoke. Haji's through it. And he'll join his teammates in mid, out of the ledge. It's passive this time from 9Pandas. They don't get involved in the early battle and the early skirmish in mid that netted them such a huge victory in the previous round. This time 3D Max have all the space in this area of the map. Sound being made for Joko. Seized, hears that.
Good position from Exercise so far. Close up to Red Room.
Oh, is he going to be cleared though?
Oh, he's definitely going to be cleared.
Good night, Exercise.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, yes.
My God. That would have been so
I was
rough.
like, wait a second.
How have you done that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, turn back, seen him anyway.
It's a good position to be in, but no one else on the map is doing anything. That's a position that's strong because people shift into it, and when no other action is happening on the map, and now everything's falling in the way of 9Pandas.
It's falling apart for the 3D. It's like 1-by-1 fights.
Yeah.
All across. Look at the X's on the minimap.
And it puts so much pressure on Exercise too, because that's such a dangerous position to be in for long, especially in a 5-on-5. And you need some action at A, you need some action at the B bomb site to pull people into your position, and it just never came to. 3D Max.
One more buy.
Another buy coming in, but they're 3 rounds back.
Yep, and if they lose this one, it feels like all over. But I don't feel safe in any moment in this game, Jason. There's always some madness right around the corner. Yeah, it's just weird. As soon as they lost that player exercise up towards Red Room, it just seemed like panic button got hit, and the 3D Max started walking in all across the map and dying. It's still recoverable from a 5v4. They didn't feel like it was. There are 2 streams running simultaneously. Na'Vi versus BetBoom has just seen map 1 conclude. I won't spoil the result, but you can have a look over that. A very quick one, very one-sided first map.
Sure.
3D Max taking their time here.
Yeah, as they have been. I mean, I think that at this point, this is the other angle of it. Again, with this elimination and the pressure of it, I think they're just kind of scared to make a mistake. That first move is hard to work up some courage. Red Room smoke comes out and they turn the corner. Utility in, clax is going to deploy defensive smoke and just back into the bomb site and get dropped by Glowing.
Yeah, good kill there for Glowing. That's Maka not able to move. Glowing with a great headshot. clax once again showing he's got multi-kill potential.
Yo, clax has stepped up so much in these past like 4 or 5 rounds. He's had some huge rounds for 9 Panda.
Yeah, he really has, and that's 9 Pandas up to 12 rounds now. Map point, series point for 3D Max, elimination point. If they lose this round, which looks likely given the economic situation, their major dreams are dead. 9 Pandas will live on to fight, and this is going to be a brutal finish for 3D Max, because they've got to feel when they go off the server today, when they head back to the hotel and they start packing their suitcases, they're going to be thinking about every round that came close, every moment that they had to stay in this series.
Yeah, you so rarely, especially when you think of like how close, you know, or, you know, if you think of back to like the first 2 maps, so rarely do you get a team that just like, just says like we were beat. Everyone feels like this was an extremely winnable game and they just made the critical mistakes at the wrong moment. And yeah, there's no way 3D Max won't feel that either. Coming into the series, a very winnable series for both squads. Very evenly matched. 3D Max got to rattle off 4 in a row to force overtime or else they're done at the RMR. No chance at the Major, eliminated from contention.
It's going to be a long journey to get French Counter-Strike back to the level that it used to be at.
It's going to be a long journey to get any regional Counter-Strike back to where it used to be at.
Okay, international CS has certainly taken over. Fight for exercise off the ledge. Good headshot from clax. Pushing through elbow. Hadji's dead. And unfortunately for 3D Max, it does not look good for their chances of staying alive here in the RMR. Eye Disbalance brings down Joko. That's the bomb loose. Maka and Lucky have to try and pick that up. And a good smoke towards CT. At least gives them some extra positioning and extra time to put the bomb down. And Lucky will do exactly that.
Should wait for this flank to come to fruition. You've got Diladez in middle, gonna come through Donut. He's taking his sweet time with it, but you gotta wait for him to be in position to pounce and properly trade into this bomb
He's really
site.
taking his time, isn't he? He's not moving at all yet.
Again, just the fear of the moment.
They've got to go and seize it. 9 Pandas have to come in and close this out right now, and Lucky, the last remaining player, is felled. 9 Pandas will stay alive here in Bucharest. Their RMR run will continue, but for 3D Max, it is disappointment. It is dreams being crushed. They will not be present in Copenhagen for the first CS2 Major, but 9 Pandas can still believe.
Yeah, they absolutely can. And I mean, I think both teams can look back on these games and again, the process of improving to the point where you can qualify for majors and then get the majors. I think there's